Senior judicial analyst Judge Andrew Napolitano. Hope you're doing well this morning. So what was your initial reaction to hearing this judge's ruling that, in fact, Elon Musk and Doge couldn't fire all these employees?
So this brings us back to where we were 2 months ago when the president first created Doge. Who is making the decision to fire? Is it Doge actually firing, or is it Doge recommending to the president and the president is firing? In the course of discovery, where the sides exchange information back and forth with each other, in this case, Doge said they did the firing. And since Elon Musk is not nominated by the president and confirmed by the Senate, he doesn't have the authority to fire.
Right.
If Doge had said, we're just recommending, we're just gathering facts and recommending to the president, he's doing the firing, of course the president could fire the USAID people. So you're saying if the president
could fire people, then there'd be no issue at all. If the president said, I fired someone, then no one could bring a case, a judge could not overrule it.
With respect to USAID, yes, there are certain people the president can't fire, but with USAID, that's correct. So the problem is who's doing the firing. Doge needs to get its ducks in a row. It is just a recommending entity. It doesn't have the authority to cut budgets or fire people because it wasn't established by the Congress and Elon Musk wasn't confirmed by the Senate. So it's the legal equivalent of advisors to the president in the White House who can give him all the advice he wants, but they can't pull the levers of power.
Okay, so I want to get into some events that have unfolded in the last 24 hours. So you had these gang members get on this plane. They were deported at the order of President Trump. While they were flying out of here, a judge said, no, not so fast. You can't do that. You can't deport them. You must bring them back. They said they were over international waters. They did not bring them back at the time. So then you have many Republicans coming out and saying, this judge should be impeached. We must impeach this judge. And then you have John Roberts, Chief Justice, weighing in on this issue. How unusual is it for someone in the Supreme Court to just send out a statement saying that, no, this is not an impeachable offense. We shouldn't be talking about impeaching judges?
I've never heard of it happening before.
And there's a statement right there.
Correct. The statement is an accurate statement of the law. The last time a judge was impeached for a decision the judge made, not for any crime committed, was 1804, and he was acquitted in the Senate. That's Justice Samuel Chase. Just a historical footnote. Chief Justice Roberts is correct on the law. Judges can only be impeached on the same basis as a presidential impeachment. Treason, bribery, other high crimes and misdemeanor. Not a decision on the law with which you disagree. That's one side of this. The other side is judges and justices, that includes the Chief Justice, are to restrain themselves and not use their judicial office to enter a public dispute. So I think it was, even though the statement was correct, and I think he was trying to say to everybody, back off this district judge, he's doing his job, I think it was inappropriate for him to make that statement.
So here's my bigger question. So we know that Donald Trump has ordered these mass deportations, right? And this flight carrying all of these known gang members was one of them. And that was his order. And then a judge comes along and says, not so fast. Is any judge out there able to do this? Are they able to come in after Donald Trump decides something from now on and say, no, you can't do that?
Well, remember, a judge just doesn't sit in a courtroom and say yes, no, yes, no. Someone has to bring a proper case before him. Case or controversy.
So someone brought this case and then he decided.
Correct. And he decided that the president didn't have the authority to do this under the statute that the president was citing. So before you can be deported, you're entitled to a hearing, unless you are an agent of an enemy government with which the United States is at war. Then you get deported summarily. President Trump used that authority to deport these people summarily without a hearing. And the judge said, well, he doesn't have the authority to do this. We're not at war with Venezuela. Bring them back and we'll hold a hearing. That's when DHS and DOD said, we can't bring them back. They're over international waters. You don't have authority over them. The judge said, quite properly, I have authority over their bosses who are here in D.C., Pete Hegseth, Kristi Noem, and I'm telling you guys, bring that plane back. They didn't bring the plane back. Now the judge is holding hearings to find out who violated his orders. It is dangerous business for anybody to ignore a judicial order.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.